All right, welcome back to episode 2 of the YYC podcast. First of all, I want to start off with saying thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the feedback, all of you guys.
Our debut was like pretty successful in my opinion.
Yeah, this stuff's super tough. When I was starting out with Nasi, I was saying to Nasi, okay, this is gonna be pretty simple. You know, all we need is a microphone. All we need is just our talent, our voices, our minds, and
it's much more than that, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot that goes behind the scenes that we didn't expect.
Exactly. So, I know we made a bunch of rookie mistakes when it came to editing, but thanks for holding up, and I want to give a special shout out to those guys who listened to the entire podcast. I know there was a bunch of you guys that actually listened to the entire podcast
and then gave us feedback, and now we know more just because of those certain amount of people that helped us out.
Those guys are the true MVPs of the YYC podcast. Yeah,
a lot has gone down since last week, though.
Yeah,
a lot. Like Olympics started.
Exactly.
What is it this weekend? All-Star game.
All-Star game. There was the NBA trade deadline. Spring training is starting up in the MLB. It's starting to get into the dog days of the NHL and NBA seasons. Well, we'll get started after this break. Welcome back. Before we get into the NHL, the NBA, Champions League, Marcus Stroman talk, I want to talk about the Olympics. Everybody's favorite. You know, my first Olympics was 2010. The 2010 Olympics, Vancouver. You know, the only thing I can remember Vancouver, I was pretty young, but the only thing I can remember Vancouver was all the hype that surrounded Vancouver. The Canadian athletes winning, all the great stories. It drew in so many fans. I can remember watching Sidney Crosby's golden goal. Literally a third of the population was watching that game. It was insane. Anybody you ask on the street, hey, where were you the night of the Canada versus USA gold medal game? They'll tell you I was probably at someone's house. I was at my house. I was watching the game. So that game was those Olympics were hyped. Next was London. London, I don't like the Summer Olympics too much. The only reason why I did watch the Summer Olympics was because of Usain Bolt and possibly Michael Phelps. Those were the only two athletes I knew from 2012. But the only reason why I did watch the 2012 Olympics was because of the pre-game ceremonies. With the Queen, with James Bond, all that stuff, it got me all hyped up. I was like, okay, you know, London's gonna create a show for us. Then comes 2014 Sochi. Sochi, I could remember all those athletes that I watched in 2010 were gonna be in Sochi. So I was like, okay, these Olympics are gonna be pretty entertaining. So let me sit down and watch Sochi, and it impressed me. I remember watching the women's gold medal game in school with a bunch of my teachers and a bunch of my classmates. Crazy finish. Canada came back and won. I remember watching Tim and Sid possibly like 3 or 4 weeks after, and the iconic line, knock knock, who's there? Gold medal in the face. I remember those were the reasons why I actually did watch the Olympics. The stories. It's like a drama. It's a movie, and you can't write these things. And then comes 2016, the Summer Olympics. Summer Olympics, I believe, were in Brazil that year, correct?
Yeah, it was.
I was like, okay, Brazil. There's all this political drama surrounding Brazil with their president, the impeachment. You know, is Brazil capable of hosting these Olympics?
Yeah.
It always happens, man. Every single year they always ask, is Sochi capable of handling it? Is London capable of handling it? No, not London. I meant Brazil. Is South Korea able to handle it? So I was like, okay, let's just watch. Let's just see what happens. Impressed me a lot. Penny Alexiak. We had Andre DeGrasse was one of the main reasons why I watched those Olympics. Created lots of stories. But then comes South Korea. I don't know what it is about South Korea. Is it because I didn't watch I didn't watch the pregame ceremonies. I haven't watched a single second of South Korea Olympics. I don't know, but I don't get a vibe. I don't get a vibe from South Korea. It feels like a throwaway. It feels like a waste.
It's not the same. I understand what you mean. It's not the same.
Like I've been going around asking a bunch of friends, a bunch of people, are you watching these Olympics? And they're like, somewhat. And then you ask them why. Is it because you're busy with school, work, etc., etc.? No, it's because, or is it because it's dead? They tell you, oh yeah, it's kind of dead. I don't know what it is. Is it because it's in South Korea of all places? Is it because the NHL is not going there? Is it because there aren't like athletes there? I don't think it's because of the athletes. There are a bunch of athletes there. There's Mark McMorris, who had that crazy injury in 2014, who came back and still won the bronze medal. I believe he won bronze or silver this year. I don't know. There's Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, who came back from their hiatus, and Patrick Chan. There's Kaylee Humphries. There's all these athletes that everybody knows. I don't think it's that. I think it's just South Korea hasn't done a good job of advertising Pyeongchang this year. Like when I remember on the news, I was watching World News. It was one night, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Pyeongchang is coming in about 16 days." I'm like, "What? Since when? I thought isn't it going to be for another couple months? Even though I know the Olympics happen every February." Nope, it's coming in 2 weeks. Why? They didn't do a good job, handling the situation with North Korea, quick. South Korea. It's been too quick. Like they haven't what you call set us up in what's the I can't think of the word. They haven't set up these Olympics in a good fashion. I'm just super riled up over here about these Olympics. These Olympics, they haven't done a good job advertising, like I said before. Like even though the ratings may not be down, there isn't any drama as well. Like the only drama was right now. Like I haven't watched any sports the past week. I was getting ready for the show, like 20 minutes before the show, for the recording for the show, and I was looking up some stories, and we're doing a feature on Kaylee Humphries. So I was looking up bobsledding. Next thing I see is the Jamaican bobsled team. I'm like, okay, Jamaican bobsled team, the Jamaican women's bobsled team, first time there in a while. Okay, let's check these guys out. Apparently the coach wants to leave because apparently she got fired, or for the team wanted her out because she was toxic. The funny thing about this, the thing that drew me in was the title. She wants to take the bobsled. The actual bobsled for the Jamaican team. I don't know. I don't care. All I care about is the drama. It drew me in. Now I want to watch bobsled. Why? Because it drew me in. It's like a trailer. It's a setup for the actual.
This is the best thing that's happened so far.
I believe it's the best thing. Like I know, I've seen things going around with these Olympics. Oh yeah, Canada's won this triple gold or double gold. Yeah, we won these. We're third place, by the way, and it's just like. Okay, these guys are supposed to win. Mark McMorris is supposed to win. Team Canada Figure Skating is supposed to win.
But there's no drama.
There's no drama. There's no setup. I remember there's this one time, I can't remember, there was this girl in 2010. It was super sad. Her mom passed away, and then she goes on and she still competes, and she goes out and I think she won the gold medal or silver medal, but I'm pretty sure I want to say she won the gold medal.
But that's an amazing.
And she was crying as she was doing. Exactly, it was a good story. I wanted to watch it, right? I remember 2014 watching Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer versus the Americans. Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer. They end up winning. They get this Olympic Olympic record. But I knew beforehand that the Americans and the Canadian teams, figure skating teams, had the same coach. Most people didn't know this. I knew this because I'm a sports geek, so I wanted to see. I was like, how's this gonna play out, right? All these funny stories always happen with me for some apparent reason. I don't know why. And then I go on for the exact reason why I watched that event was the exact reason why Tessa Virtue and Scott Moore ended up losing. They ended up losing because they had the same coach, and that same team performed a move of some sort. I can't remember what it was, but they ended up winning. and they end up defeating the Canadians with an Olympic record. Even though the Canadians had the Olympic record, they defeated that Olympic record. They beat that Olympic record. The Americans, I was shocked. The entire country was shocked, man.
That's crazy.
I was devastated, man. Like, I was like, come on, man. They were supposed to win this, but it was the same coach. I think they ended up leaving that coach, and they took a hiatus, and they came back, and I ended up watching some of their highlights. Watching some of their highlights on YouTube. I didn't watch the actual Olympics because why do I want to watch the actual Olympics where I could just watch the highlights on YouTube? And I think that's one of the main reasons why people like me aren't watching the Olympics. I think they're not doing a good job of advertising watching the Olympics on the go. People are busy. I remember there was Bell Mobile, live mobile TV. It was super hyped back in those days in 2010. Yeah. Everybody had it, where you could watch the actual Olympics all, like on the go, like a stream. They still have it. It's a given. Like anything that happens like this, it's a given. But they didn't advertise it enough. They advertised it a lot in London. I don't know, like if advertisements on websites, advertisements like everywhere, radios, billboards, all that stuff. This year, I don't know, they're not advertising. I think that's gonna hurt Pyeongchang in the future, and I think that's why the NHL ended up leaving as well, because Gary Bettman doesn't want to go to South Korea. He doesn't want to risk going to South Korea, because why go to South Korea, small market place, right? When in the future there's gonna be China, right?
I was just about to say that. Literally, like, another reason why people don't care as much is because it's South Korea, right?
Yeah, but someone could argue, okay, South Korea, neighbor with North Korea, right? There's the women's...
I mean, they're completely different, but the thing is they're neighbors.
Yeah, and the whole hype surrounding North Korea and the United States...
You know that Korea, North and South Korea are one team this year?
Yeah, apparently they are. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I was like, okay, Dan, this is just some typical, BS garbage. PR. It was a typical PR stunt by the South Koreans just to get hype surrounding it. But who wants to watch the North Koreans play? Nobody wants to watch the North Koreans play. Everybody just hates the North Koreans for some reason, right? There's sanctions, like teams and countries are pissed off at the Olympic, the IOC, for allowing North Korean players there in the first place. Mm-hmm. So why does one want to watch North Korean players, right? Exactly. We all know, okay, if they do good, they do good. If they do bad, it's because they live in North Korea, man. Nobody cares for them. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is, if you want to set up an Olympics and you want people to watch the Olympics, you've got to set up some hype at the beginning. You can't be like, okay, 6 months till Pyeongchang, then 3 months later, 3 months till Pyeongchang, then a month later. We got a month until Pyeongchang, and then people are like, oh, okay. Then they forget about it, and then, oh, shoot, the Olympics are coming up, right? People aren't ready for the Olympics. You got to set us up for it, right? We got to. It's got to be a smooth transition, into the Olympics, like London and like Vancouver. It's somewhat the same thing, but I think what brought Vancouver out of this was just all the Canadians winning, and then the whole just the camaraderie that we had
locally. It was a pretty good thing.
It was pretty good. I don't know about international ones. I don't care about international ones. I just care about Canada. Everybody was hyped
locally. It was great.
But it was I remember. I don't remember it too much because I was still pretty young. I don't remember too much about the beginning. All I remember was the Olympics in Vancouver. I'm hyped for Olympics in Vancouver, right? The Canada ends up winning and then 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 it was like, oh man, and then ends off with the gold medal game, which was sick. So unless something like that happens, the only reason why I'm gonna watch the Olympics is because of the Jamaican bobsled team, man. Even though I knew the Jamaican bobsled team, I'm gonna watch it, man. I'm gonna watch it. This is gonna be hype, man. I wanna see what goes down with these players. I wanna see how they react. Like the coach taking the bobsled, man. The coach taking the actual bobsled.
Why? For what reason? What will that do?
That man, I was whoa, what? That's like the most interesting thing that's happened in the Olympics in my mind. And if you guys disagree with me, let me know.
It's interesting because it's so unique and different. Who would think of doing that? Just taking a bobsled.
The Jamaican. I want to send a message to Jamaican bobsled coach, man. You've brought back you've brought the Olympics back.
Bringing it back.
You're bringing it back, man. You're bringing it back.
Still more bobsleds is what we're saying.
Still I'm not gonna watch a bunch of things like hockey, for example. I'm probably just gonna end up watching hockey. I haven't watched the first few games, but I'm gonna end up watching the last few games of the tournament. Just because I'm a hockey fan, I want to see them play. There's a bunch of players that like Mason Raymond and there's what's his name? Yeah, Rene Bourque from Calgary, one of my favorite players growing up. Those guys are there. That's the only reason why I'm gonna watch hockey, and I'm not gonna watch hockey like I didn't watch hockey initially. I'm not gonna watch like the round robin because I know they're gonna win. They're Canada, right? And if they end up losing, okay, they lost because it's not NHL, right?
It's not that big of a deal.
It's like there's no hype surrounding it, right?
I just hope in the future that they do a better job of this. Like this is, I'm really like unimpressed, basically.
Yeah, like the only reason why I'm also gonna watch it is because they've released a documentary titling "The Road to the NHL," the road for the hockey team to the Olympics, Canadian hockey team, like the process of them picking players and all that stuff,
right,
like the
right.
behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm planning on watching that. There's 3 episodes. It's in my subscription feed, so I'm planning on watching that. That's probably the only reason why I'm gonna watch it. It's just something like that is gonna draw me in because I'm a geek, right? It's gonna draw me in. So all I'm asking, the IOC, anybody who plans to host the Olympics in the future,
if you're listening
to this podcast, please advertise. Please work, spend some money on drawing us in, because if you don't drop us, like it's us people like me who give you the views, who give you the money, then why are you doing the Olympics in the first place, correct? And I also want to talk to Calgary, like the government, local government, anybody who has to do anything with the bid. I don't know if it's 2024 or something, I don't know. Wait, let me see. We're at 2016 this year, 2018, right? 2022, 2026. 2026 I believe is the one they're running for, the Winter Olympics. Please do it. Like
the fans in Calgary will go crazy.
People in Canada are going to go crazy. Do you remember Vancouver last time?
Will go crazy. Like it'll be a problem.
We have good athletes too, like good local athletes, good Canadian athletes, national athletes. So this is gonna be good for us. It's gonna inspire the next generation of young Canadian athletes.
This is how sports in Calgary is gonna just explode.
It's gonna explode, man. We're gonna also have, like, I'm not saying build new rinks. Don't build like. COP is pretty sick. Like, COP isn't that bad. It's still in pretty good. It's still in pretty good shape. Possibly a renovation would be nice. You have the Olympic Oval near the university.
Yeah.
Possibly a renovation there. The Saddle Dome. Okay, this is a controversial topic.
Yeah.
I'm down with them keeping the Saddle Dome, but you have to renovate it somehow, man. You've got to renovate it somehow. There was Calgary Next, the Flames, the Flames company wanted new arena, but then the Nenshi and the mayor of Calgary didn't allow it pretty much. He's like, okay, really? We're not going to do it. We're not going to use public money for private gain, which again he has a right to do that. He did it with good reason. But at the same time, I'm down, like, with a new stadium. Like, I really need a new stadium. Like, I really want a new stadium. I don't need it. I want one. Just because, look at Edmonton, man. Our rivals, man. These guys are like the villains. We can't see them having Rogers Place and then us having the Saddle Dome. We have to renovate it. Saddle Dome is one of a kind. I'm not saying destroyed.
It's big, it's huge.
You need to renovate it, like MSG in New York. They had like a $1 billion renovation. I'm not saying spend $1 billion, possibly like $500 million, $250 million. Renovate it, make it a little bit bigger, nicer, like a nicer venue, nicer, bathrooms. I'm all about bathrooms. I don't go, fun fact about me, I hate like public bathrooms. It has to be clean. It has to be up to my standard.
For sure.
So possibly, spend some money on bathrooms, all that kind of stuff.
Just get it nice, basically.
Yeah, make it nice, so, the IOC can be like, oh, okay. And maybe we could set an example for other countries in the future. You don't have to put your country in debt. You don't have to put the city in debt just for the Olympics, right? You don't have to build all these crazy stadiums and then becoming like
you
garbage.
Just need them to try their best, basically.
Yeah, try your best. And then the IOC can see, okay, maybe if the IOC picks us, okay, we hosted Olympics with reused stadiums, with reused venues.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. We don't have to spend as much money. We're not in as much debt compared to like Brazil or Sochi, where they don't even use the venues anymore, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So possibly, like, all I'm asking is, the Olympics are all about hype. It only goes on for a few weeks. I think it's like a couple weeks. And the only reason why people watch it is the hype. Everybody is rooting for their country. It's like the 2 weeks where all sports fans, every single one, is just watching the Olympics. But if you can't advertise it and it's just like dead, the vibe is dead, who's gonna want to watch it? Okay, you could just find it on its phone. Oh yeah, my countrymen won. Okay, fine. I'm done. I'm happy.
There's no emotion going.
There's no emotion. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's no emotion.
Literally nothing happens.
Yeah. So IOC, anyone who's listening to this that has to do with Olympics in the future, listen. All we need is hype, advertisement, something to draw us into the Olympics, and you guys will be set. You guys will be making tons of money. You'll be happy. I'll be happy. The typical non-sports fan is gonna be happy.
Maybe the people who aren't even interested in sports.
The only people who are literally watching, man, are people who are like geeks to the max.
Related to
just Olympics
to the athletes.
Just related to the athletes. I'm a sports geek and I'm not watching it. Why? Because of that reason. So
that says something though.
Yeah.
Like, you love the Olympics.
Exactly.
You did love the Olympics.
I still love the Olympics.
Well, you love the Olympics, but just not this year.
Just not this year.
It's like, not to be dull, but it's dead.
It's dead, man.
Right?
It's dead. So all I have to say is get your act together, IOC. Get your act together, China. Get your act together, whoever's doing it after China. That's all I'm gonna say. If you ever listen to me, you can give me a shout out. I can help you with advertising. I know all about the typical sports fan. I know the analogy of the sports fan. So not the analogy. Why did I say analogy? I meant anatomy of the sports fan. So shout out YYC Sports on Twitter.
Hey, but we're still rooting for Team Canada, right?
I'm still rooting for Team Canada, man. I'm still rooting.
We're third place right now.
We're third place.
Dude, three gold medals. That's
3 gold. Like, look at this, man. We still got this. Like if you look at our chances, man. We always send good Olympians, man.
I'm loving the Olympic athletes right now.
Because the only reason why we have good Olympians, okay, we're Canada, okay, we're a country, we can develop good players, but we've had 3 Olympics in the past. We've had Montreal, we've had Calgary, and we've had Vancouver. Those 3 have inspired young Olympic fans. Vancouver was what, 2010, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Possibly a 10-year-old right now is 18. The next Olympics, you will see athletes who will say, I remember Vancouver 2010. I remember Vancouver 2010. I believe I was 8 years old when Vancouver happened. And I still remember it to this day, even though I'm not an athlete, but I still remember it. Imagine the kid who's figure skating. Imagine the kid who's snowboarding, skiing, who's figure skating. Did I already say figure skating?
No.
Who's playing hockey, who's doing all these. I want to go to the Olympics. Why? Because of Vancouver. So imagine.
Get the kids inspired.
Imagine. So that's one of the reasons why we're gonna do good. On the other hand, now we've got some crazy athletes over here. Look at the names, man, that have won. Kaylee Humphries, not Kaylee Humphries. I'm just looking at the board. Kaylee Humphries we're gonna do a feature on her. We had Ted-Jan Bloemen today in marathon speed skating. I was watching the highlights.
That's crazy.
Are they speed skating for 10,000 meters?
I think that's
crazy. Is this like marathon running, man? Is this like marathon running but for skating?
I've actually never seen this before.
Me too. I've only seen like short track speed skating. I've never like Cindy Clausen and
he won silver and gold. Silver for 5,000 meters.
He broke the Olympic record.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and the Dutch are good. He beat a Dutch, man.
That's crazy.
These guys are good. The Dutch are insane when it comes to this stuff.
I was watching this on YouTube and he really impressed me. Like,
yeah,
I never get interested in things I don't know about.
Yeah.
But this really got me interested.
It was pretty funny because the only reason I'm keeping up with the Olympics it's like I just watch the highlights, like the 10-minute highlight videos, and I'm like, okay, who won, whatever, blah 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 blah. But I watched like 2 minutes of his win. Like that's insane. Like I don't know. That's pretty sick. Seeing him going around 20 20 different times going around. Like, doesn't he get tired? I'm like, I think about it. I compare it to to marathon running. Like Mo Farah, for example. This guy, he's always running, and I'm a big Mo Farah fan because, I'm originally, my family's originally from Somalia, right? And his family is originally from Somalia. So I was like, okay, I have that connection with him. So specifically Somaliland, he's from Somaliland, same place as me. So it's like, okay, we have a connection with him. Anyhow, the way he runs, I remember I was watching a feature on him. He says he sticks in the pack, and he just runs with the pack. He usually runs like behind everybody else. He's usually in the bottom third of the pack, and he sticks with the pack. And then at the end, the last 10% of the run, he just runs like crazy, man. He sprints.
That's where he shows out.
That's where he shows up, and that's how he ends up beating all the guys. Because if you see, that's where everybody separates. And I was watching the end, and that's when him and the other guy started off like when they were starting off, they were the same, right? He was probably behind him, but they were the same. And at the end, he was over here, and the other guy was all the way on the other side of the rink. So I was like, man, this is like marathon running. So I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I like it. I'm like, I only knew what short track speed skating was, with like Cindy Clausen, and you have all these, and what's her name? I remember I met Cindy Clausen once at my school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ended up meeting. She
sick.
came to our school, and then you know the 4x100 team from 2012 that got their Olympic gold, Olympic bronze medal or silver medal, revoked because they apparently the baton exchange was like illegal or something. They came to our school as well. One of the guys came to our school. He just came and he talked to us.
That's sick. That's
because apparently one of my teachers was almost. I had a bunch of teachers that were almost Olympians. You know
really?
That? Yeah, I think 3 of my teachers were almost Olympians. No, 2 of my teachers were almost Olympians.
Wow.
Mr. Reed, shout out to Mr. Reed, my math teacher, and Miss Schmidt, another one of my gym teachers. They were almost Olympians, man. So they had connections. So I was like, okay, which was pretty cool. Like
the best teacher I've got was my assistant principal. Yeah. Who got into an NHL farm team or something.
What?
And then that's it.
See, these are the things that get kids like hyped. These are the things that get kids into sports.
He really inspired me, honestly.
Yeah. So this feature is taking a little bit too long. We have some other stuff that we have to talk about. I could talk about this like all the time. If you like this Olympic this Olympic little ramble. If you like me rambling on about things, because sometimes I just go around my house and I'm in my room and I just start thinking about what I could talk about, pretending like I'm Stephen A. Smith.
Shout out Stephen A.
Yeah, shout out Stephen A. I love Stephen A. Those kind of guys. And I'm like, okay, I could be like Stephen A. Smith one day, man. And I'm just sitting in my house. I'm like thinking like Stephen A. I'm like, oh man, I'm Stephen A. I'm like, yo, that's wrong.
Get the haircut.
Get the haircut. Just get the suit. Get somebody on with me. Like I get one of my little siblings on. I'm like, okay, talk sports with me. You're wrong. So I'm like, so that's
blasphemous.
Exactly. So I'm just that's what I try to be like, right? So. If you like me to ramble on about things, like give my takes on different topics, give us a like. Share this with your friends. We've been getting massive support, especially on Instagram. Go like our Facebook page. Nobody's liking our Facebook page, man. Everybody's following us on Instagram.
Where are our Facebook followers at?
We only got like 3 likes, man. Come on. If you guys are on Instagram, go like us on Facebook if you have Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel. I don't know if you saw. We post our podcast on YouTube as well. So please subscribe, like, comment. We might be
share the hell out of that video.
Share
the hell out of this video.
Exactly. So yeah, thanks.
Please.
Yeah, thanks a lot for everything. You guys have been
really inspiring to me.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not the end of the show just yet. We still have
a lot to go through.
We still have the NBA trade deadline to talk about. A little bit on the All-Star game.
Marcus Stroman.
We have Marcus Stroman. Let's talk about him for about like a few minutes. Marcus Stroman, one of my favorite baseball players, after Aaron Sanchez.
Just to add a little bit of soccer in there. We'll talk about
we'll talk about Champions League. We're going to be talking about my 2 favorite teams, Real Madrid and Man City. Nasi, who are your favorite teams?
Man United.
Are they in the Champions League still?
They are in the Champions
League. Are they really?
Yes.
Oh.
A lot of people don't like it, but yeah.
I grew up a Man United fan, my friend, but I don't like Man United anymore because I'm a Man City fan.
Still a Man
Arsenal? Or is Arsenal in there?
Arsenal?
Is Arsenal in the Champions League?
I'm not too sure.
It's a joke. They're not in the Champions League, man. They always get kicked out.
Really?
They always get kicked out.
Dude, but they made it, didn't they?
They made it, but they got kicked out by Bayern, man.
Dude,
Bayern whooped them, man.
I remember.
I was crying, man. I'm low-key an Arsenal fan. People don't know that about me. Like, most people don't know that about me. They always think Man City or Real Madrid, but Arsenal is they have a special place in my heart. That's the only reason why I like Arsenal, and it was just pretty sad seeing them lose. We'll come back to you after.
Actually, you know what?
What?
Dude,
wait, no break.
I totally blanked out.
What?
Manchester United isn't in it anymore.
What happened?
They got knocked out.
When?
I'm pretty sure they got knocked out.
When?
I don't know. Last time they had.
All right.
Well, whatever.
We'll come back. We're gonna find out the teams that are playing. Like I said, I haven't been watching any sports for the past week. The only reason why I'm actually the only reason why I've watched sports is because I do a podcast that I was like, okay, 30 minutes before recording, let me see if I can find as many stories as I can. Okay, coming up we have. Nancy just said they're not out. Well, we'll tell you that. Coming up, we have the Marcus Stroman, we have soccer, we have the NHL, and we have NBA. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So Nasi, this Nasi's the soccer guy over here. He knows more
Although I
about soccer.
completely messed up.
It's fine, man. It's fine. Like I the only two teams I keep up with are those teams, and possibly and possibly Neymar's team, PSG, just because Let me talk about Neymar for 2 seconds.
Oh God.
What is this Neymar guy doing, man? What is this Neymar guy doing? He goes from Barcelona. He's on the best attacking trio in the world. With Messi and Suarez. Okay, this is insane. Like nothing. Don't change a single thing about these guys.
It really shook me when this happened.
Then he's like, I'm going to PSG. I'm like, oh, it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor.
I didn't believe it. I literally did not believe that.
Next thing, next thing they're like, okay, he's going to PSG. It's a done deal. And then they're like, okay, how much he's gonna go there? $200 million. What? Yo, it's every single Pogba just went for like 100, man. What is this,
dude? It's crazy. The money now is like insane.
It was like I remember, man. I remember when Bale got transferred. It was like 80 million, 90 million.
Around there.
Okay, it's fine. 80 million. Okay, that's normal. Boom. You've got Pogba, richest transfer in world history. 100 million. I don't know about world history. I just know about now in modern football. Past world history is even crazier considering the conversions and all that stuff. But you've got Pogba, 100 million. I don't know how much did Pogba sign for?
Pounds? 100 million pounds?
Anyways, it was a lot of money. And then you're like, okay, nobody's going to go higher than that. It's probably going to be around that. It's just going to stop. Boom!
This was crazy.
You've got these guys in PSG. It's crazy. All these sponsors, they've got so much money. They just give it to PSG. They're like, okay, spend it as much as you want. Just bring me Neymar right now.
I really thought they cheated their way through that. I did not believe they actually had that much money to give Neymar and Barcelona.
This guy, he makes 200 million transfer. He gets this crazy contract. He gets a signing bonus from Barcelona because he purposely stayed 2 more weeks just so he can get that signing bonus. And then he's like, I'm not gonna go there for the money. What do you mean you're not going there for the money? I'm going there to win. I'm going there to win championships to cement my legacy. Yeah, your legacy of being a money wanter. I don't know. I don't know what the
money grabber.
Money grabber. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. All you do is all you're playing for is the money.
I mean, we're not. I don't want to disrespect him by saying don't go for the money because
that's sports nowadays, man. Yeah. It's all about the money. I'm an old school kind of guy. I don't know if I'd be playing sports, but I'm 99% sure if I were an athlete, like a superstar, I wouldn't be all about the money.
Yeah, same.
If you ever want to think about a guy who doesn't play for the money, who's a superstar, but all he plays for is to win.
It's for the game.
It's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. He purposely takes pay cuts so they can bring in better players for him, right?
Another one in NBA, Dwayne Wade,
exactly.
He took pay cuts for LeBron and Bosh to come back.
But then again, you saw what happened with him at the end with Miami, right?
No, he wanted to finally get that money he thought he deserved.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with Tom Brady. Now he's cashing in on because he's getting older. He's cashing in.
Yeah.
He's doing more stuff for advertisements. He's a lot more active on social media. He's doing that Tom versus Time documentary.
Oh yeah.
So you look at him and you're like, okay, they're cashing in. It's normal. They're using their abilities, right?
I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that.
But don't just go out there, man. Go out there just to make the money. You can make money from side things like endorsements, but just don't go out there to get.
He does make a lot with that too.
He makes a ton of money. Like you think about soccer, you think of what? Messi, Ronaldo. Who's after that? Neymar. I can't think of anybody else after those two.
I mean, that's what I think.
No,
I can't think of anyone. Maybe who is Suarez?
Nah. I didn't even know who Suarez. I knew who Suarez was just because he was on Uruguay. Before when he was getting signed, I just knew because he was on Uruguay. And then he was on Liverpool, and he was with Steven Gerrard on Liverpool, and I was like, okay, that's the only reason why I know him. It's just because he's on the same team as Steven Gerrard, just because of Gerrard.
Yeah.
He was a no-name man, and then he went out to go bite that guy in the World Cup.
That's when he went crazy.
And that's when everybody knew who Suarez was, right? That's what I'm saying. The previous segment, I'm talking about hype. Sports all about hype, okay? Everything is all about hype. You know what? We're gonna call this episode hype, okay? That's it. We're calling this episode hype. Hype. Everything's all about hype, okay? So anyways, yeah, so let's talk about Champions League. Speaking of PSG, then they go out and they go sign Mbappé or whatever his name is. Kylian Mbappé. This guy, he's like the next Wonder Kid, okay? I remember a friend was telling me, the 6 Wonder Kids? I'm like, who are the Wonder Kids? They're like this crazy superhero. They're like this crazy superhero bunch. I'm like, oh really? They're just crazy. Who are these kids? They're like 16-year-olds who are like super good. I'm like, I'm 16. I can be a soccer player. No, these guys are like crazy good. I'm like, okay, they're probably like just hyped, too much hype. Again, hype. They're probably too hyped to even play. They're just like, oh, they're just good in their country. And then when they make it to the big leagues, boom, they just get punched. So I was like, okay. And then this guy goes out and he does some crazy things in France, like in League One.
I respect him.
And he goes out. I'm like, okay, he's going to Barcelona. I'm saying like,
done
deal.
Maybe
Barcelona. Yeah. Boom. PSG gets it.
Yeah.
I get pissed, man. I'm like, where does PSG get the money for this?
A lot of people think they're stealing or illegally getting that money.
Like, are they like, what are they doing? Like, are they working like behind the scenes with those what's called sports betting thingies? I don't know. Sometimes I think they're
sports betting.
So anyways, let's get going. We have, so what are 16 teams in that that are in here?
We got from worst team I'd say like Porto. We got Tottenham, Juventus, FC Basel from Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah.
Switzerland.
Shout out to Switzerland.
We have both the Manchester teams.
Yeah.
Roma.
Yeah.
That Turkish team, I'm not sure how to say it. Shakhtar Donetsk.
These guys are low key, man. They're underrated.
Yeah, they're actually really good.
Every time I see like Europa League or UEFA Champions League, I always see that team right there.
We got the big leagues: Bayern, PSG, Madrid, Barcelona.
Hey.
The normals. Liverpool.
No, not Barcelona. I meant to say Madrid. No, screw Barcelona, man.
We also got Besiktas and Porto.
Hey, okay.
But Madrid and PSG, they just played yesterday.
Yeah.
Today is February 15th. They just played yesterday. Madrid won 3-1.
Take that, Neymar.
Neymar.
Take that. And I hear these rumors of him going to Real Madrid. You better not step foot.
But wouldn't you like that?
In the Bernabeu.
Wouldn't you like having Neymar on your team?
No.
The per se third best player.
No.
You would not want that.
Maybe before he went to PSG, I liked Neymar. But after PSG, I will never respect him ever again.
Oh my God.
He's only going there one time. He wants to leave right away. This is the guy. They're taking a free kick in the Champions League, I think. They're taking a free kick, and he has this one guy. He wants to score his 50th goal or something. He wants to become the leading scorer on PSG. No. Like Dikembe Mutombo. No. He goes up. He's like, I'm taking the penalty. Bro, just let him have it, man. We already know you make money. We already know who you are. Stop being like a jerk. And then you go, and you're like, I want to leave after the first year. I don't like it here. What do you mean you don't like it here? I swear, if you step foot in the Bernabeu wearing a Real Madrid jersey, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm probably still going to like Madrid, but I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. So, anything about my other favorite team? This is mine. Like I said, I have 1A, and I have 1B. But it's not like 1A, 1B equal. 1A is like at the top, and then you have 1B at the bottom.
What's 1A?
1A is Man City, man. Man City is my team. Yeah. Man City is like the legends, man. You've got.
Although we have rival teams, I respect that. I honestly respect that.
Yeah, I know. I remember Man City. Like I remember the first time I actually got exposed to Man City. Like the only reason why I ever liked Man City is because I got a Man City jersey. It looked nice. I was in Dubai.
It's always the jerseys.
Yeah, I was in Dubai. Yeah, I was in Dubai, and I was like, okay, let me get myself a jersey. I was like, I'm probably gonna get myself a PSG jersey of all jerseys back then. I was like, I'm gonna get myself an Ibrahimovic jersey because Ibrahimovic was like so hyped back in the day. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. Where is Ibrahimovic now? We got
Manchester United.
Is he still on? Oh no, he's still on Manchester United.
Yeah,
he left, right, and then he came back.
No, he didn't. He had a torn ACL, but that's it.
Oh,
came back.
Okay, anyway, shout out to Ibrahimovic. So then you have what you call, my pen just fell. You have Man City, right? They've got this sick black jersey I had, I bought from Dubai. I was like, okay, this is a nice team. And then I get hooked ball. I remember when they won. Like, I remember watching the day that they won. And then they end up winning again. The same season I bought the jersey. They end up winning the league. I'm like, okay. I like that City. Aguero's pretty sick. I had an Aguero. I had a Sergio Aguero on the back. I was like, okay, I like these guys. Then they go out and get De Bruyne, man. De Bruyne. The moment they got De Bruyne, and the moment they got Sterling, and the moment they got those two, I'm like, it's over.
That was scary. That was really scary. As a Man United fan, that was really freaking scary. Once they got De Bruyne, I was actually like worried about Man City. Like at first, it was like, okay, this is top 4 team, that's the usual. But now it's like, this is like the champion basically every single year.
Exactly.
Last year they had the chance to do it. This year they are gonna get it.
And then they end up getting Pep Guardiola. I'm like, ooh, Pep Guardiola, legend. Pep Guardiola, legend. Didn't he coach Barcelona?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's forget about that time.
Barcelona, Bayern.
But he coached Bayern.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's got a track record, proven track record. Okay.
He kicked out, was it Joe Hart? He literally like came in, kicked out Joe Hart. He's like, I need a new keeper.
Oh man, Joe Hart. Poor Joe Hart. He got put on loan. Then he changes everything, and he gets this new goalie from Claudio Bravo, who's also from Barcelona, another rival team. But yeah. So anyways, these guys won what 4-0.
4-0 to Barcelona.
They're making it to the final. I'm saying it right here.
This is the first leg.
Do you think that Man City and Real Madrid are gonna come before the final? Are gonna meet up before the final?
I mean, I forgot how it works, but there's this.
They do the draw, right? But they do the draw after the round of 16.
They have this thing where they swap teams. Like it depends on who plays who.
Oh.
And I forgot how the system works, but I know there's an actual system that.
Yeah, I remember they do the draws. They always do the draws when there's like lots of teams. Anyways, so yeah, I'm saying right now.
I mean, yeah, Man City's getting past. Like
it's getting past. But, okay, what about Real Madrid PSG?
Okay, I don't want to say Madrid's gonna win because of how they're not doing.
It's 3-1 right now.
Recently, they're in bad form.
Yeah.
Recently, Madrid has been. I don't want to admit it, but yes.
Okay.
They have been in bad form.
Okay.
But 3-1, that's amazing.
Okay.
I just want them to keep that.
Okay.
Second leg, I want them to have that form.
You want them to maintain that, the form that they had that game.
Right now, they're fourth or third in the
Liga BBVA.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I haven't watched any games. I'm just a fan. I haven't watched anything. Like, I just see, okay, they won here or they won there, but I've been watching anything. I'm not like up to date on anything.
A lot of people are blaming Zidane for their.
Don't blame Zidane.
No, I mean that's
when Zidane came in. That's when they won the Champions League.
It's Zidane and Ronaldo. You know, some of the people said they want Ronaldo out, just because of their recent downhill.
I hate those kinds of fans, man. I hate those kinds of fans. Okay, I've been guilty of that once. I remember I used to tell people when Glenn Gulletson was in with the Flames, like the first year, last year I think it was, and the Flames just had a bad start to the season. I was like, you know what? Fire Gulletson. Fire Gulletson. Hashtag fire Gulletson. I was one of the first people to start that. I always hated the person who always said fire the coach or get rid of a player like right away. But I hated Gulletson so much. But now I have so much respect for Gulletson, tremendous respect. So people saying Ronaldo's out, I understand where they're coming from. But really,
that's gonna make it so much worse than what it already is.
Yeah,
that's giving away a LeBron James from the Cavs.
Oh man,
like that's not. What are you saying?
Yeah,
like, they're not thinking. And Zidane, he's crazy. He's a player that's played at the top of every single league he's been.
Yeah, this guy's a legend.
He knows how to play. He's had that player's experience.
Nice.
He can connect with every single player there.
Nice.
If you give away Zidane, and he's already proven his worth. He got Champions League, Liga BBVA last year.
Yeah. I remember when he came in. That's when they won the Champions League.
Literally, I love this guy. I still love this guy.
Players have tremendous respect for him, whether you guys like it or not. He's respected. He's respected around because he's revered around by a bunch of these sports soccer players in the world. You hear Zidane? Okay, we know what Zidane's capable of.
I can ask my mom. My mom doesn't know anything about soccer.
But she knows Zidane.
She knows Zidane.
Exactly. That's because of the headbutt. Everybody knows the headbutt. Anyways, any games to watch out for next week?
There's the Chelsea and Barcelona game that I'm so excited for.
Yeah.
Chelsea and Barcelona, that's two of the biggest teams in the English and Spanish league. That's going to be one hell of a game.
Nice.
I forgot where it's going to be, though. I'm not sure. Anyways, there's also Man United and Sevilla.
Whatever.
I'm really excited. I don't know about anyone else. We saw Man United.
Sevilla is that one team, right?
This is the first time that we've got in the Champions League in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. The only reason why they made the Champions League because they won the Europa League. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
I was low-key hoping for them to lose just so they don't make the Champions League. But yeah, kudos to you guys. But
we're also in really bad form. Because the reason why is Jose Mourinho, right?
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of this guy.
Yeah.
But recently, his coaching tactics have been a little, because he's putting Pogba. Literally, this one switch can change everything. Mm-hmm. He's putting Pogba as a center defensive midfielder when he's a true cam.
But who's a striker?
Rashford, Sanchez.
Sanchez
what is
now.
it? Forgot his name. Lukaku.
Okay.
Ibrahimovic.
Okay.
Martial.
Are they all on the first squad?
No. Some of them have to take a bench role because that's how many offensive players we've got.
Okay, so then who do they put at the cam at that position? They put all those strikers. They put one of them in the cam.
Sometimes Mata, Herrera. Dude,
What's those guys? You have how big? Isn't Pogba a big guy? A big dude?
he's amazing. Yeah, he's a big guy. He's got the skills. He's the
You
footwork.
can put a center, like you can put another like attacking midfielder at the front, and you can put him as center defenseman. He doesn't have to play center defense. I'm
He
pretty
can
sure.
push up, right?
He can push up.
Yeah.
So when he pushes up, that gives them another opportunity when they're going up, and they can boom score, rebound, boom score.
We are a counter-attacking team. That's what we're
Exactly,
we
exactly,
look like.
right?
That's what we are. We need him to push.
Yeah. So then you have Pogba playing defense. So as soon as he gets that ball,
Get out, run,
Right.
run.
but it's probably Pogba's fault.
He's stressed. He's got benched the other game.
Exactly. His mind's somewhere, man. He's not thinking about the game, man. Get your head in the game.
I have
People
respect
saying
for this
that.
guy though. Like,
Yeah, I don't want to say I like Pogba. I just say I like that person a lot. I don't know if I like Pogba or not. I just don't know. All right, so
I mean, there's the Bayern Besiktas game. I don't know.
Bayern's gonna win.
I think we know who's good. Yeah, I think we know who's gonna
Bayern.
win.
Okay, watch out for Bayern, guys. Watch out for Bayern. That's all we can say. Chelsea, Barcelona.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be one hell of a game.
I don't even know what to say about Chelsea, Barcelona. It's up for grabs. Anyone can take that game.
That's true. No, that's.
I'm surprised Barcelona's even made it this
the
far.
recent signing Coutinho,
Yeah,
that might be the, the thing that puts him over the edge.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Isn't there this other guy I was seeing today? Some guy that's scoring a bunch of goals for Chelsea. This young guy, this guy they just transferred.
Morata?
No, this other guy. I don't know. I'll just find it. If you guys know who I'm talking about, put it in the comments down below. I don't know who they're talking about. There's a guy there that's scoring a lot of goals for Chelsea now.
But I'm really excited for this week. Basically, this week, second leg.
The champions. You know this is a crazy song that they play when they play.
Yeah.
That's when you know Champions League is around. So I think that's all we're gonna talk about for soccer today.
If you got anything to add, put it in the comments.
Who do you think is gonna win?
Oh, dude, I don't want to say this, but I think Barcelona's gonna win.
Okay.
I'm being non-biased.
It's always Real Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid,
Or
Barcelona, blah, blah, and then Bayern.
Bayern
Is in the mix.
It comes in some
Yeah,
years. In a few years, it comes back.
They're always a threat. I don't know about me. I'm gonna say, I'm hoping for a Real Madrid.
No, I
City
really
final.
want. Yeah.
But I'm always all about the underdog, right? I'm always about the underdog. I'm gonna say. Okay.
There's a lot of teams out there.
Watch out for Juventus. Is Juventus still in here?
Juventus still in there? No, wait.
No, that was
Yeah.
Wait,
2-2. They had a 2-2. They have to wait for their second leg game though.
Oh, these guys have been played, right? The first leg.
Yeah, this is the second leg. The first leg they've played. Hold on. Yeah, 2-2.
So they're still in, right?
They're still in.
I'm
Right,
saying
it's
watch
2-2.
out for Juventus, man. These guys have always been in the mix.
But a 40-year-old Buffon with
Legend.
only Dybala.
Legend Buffon.
Higuain.
Never ever count out Buffon. These guys are Italians. They are thirsty for a
Italy's
win.
not even in FIFA anymore.
Exactly. They're thirsty for a win. They're like, okay, we're not caring about the World Cup.
That's true. It's
We're
a
not
point.
getting these players. Most of these players are keeping it on the low right now, just because they have the World Cup that's coming. They don't want to injure themselves before the World Cup.
Yeah.
Italy's like, we don't have anything to lose. Let's just go out there, play tough. Let's play
That's
hard.
true. They don't.
If
have
they
anything.
win, they can shut up the critics. You'd be like, okay, we just won the Champions
I
League.
am
We're
one of
Italians.
those critics, to be honest. I really am.
I was pretty sad, man. I was just like, oh, whatever. Yeah, you have the Netherlands. Nah.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah. So watch out for Juventus. Watch out for Barcelona, as Nasi said. So give us your
Opinions.
on who's gonna win, who's gonna be in the final, how these games gonna play out.
If you want to hear more of this stuff, more controversy,
Exactly.
we'll make something up.
Yeah, we'll make something up. Yeah. So
We'll fake it all.
So we're gonna be taking a break. Coming up, we will be talking about Marcus Stroman.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Let's talk about Marcus Stroman next, man. This guy, this is juicy news. All right, we'll be back. All right. Next, what do you mean first? Next thing we're gonna be talking about is ya boy, Marcus Stroman. One of my favorite players in baseball. It's not just because he's on the Jays. It's because he's a good player. Like he has tremendous work ethic.
I love his work ethic.
He's tiny. He doesn't let that define him.
Yeah.
One of his mottos, it's on all of his clothing, is HDMH. height doesn't measure
Heart.
There you go. Height doesn't measure heart. Okay, just because I'm tall, that doesn't measure how much heart I have.
That's something like Nate Robinson, heart over height.
Heart over height. Yeah, Nate Robinson, 2-time winner or 3-time winner.
Three-time champion.
Three-time champion, slam dunk champion, and he's like 5'9". I don't know how tall Marcus Stroman is. I think he's like 5'9", 10, something. I don't know. And he's one of the shortest players. He's a crazy pitcher, ground ball pitcher, future ace, or he's probably is the ace of the Blue Jays. You could argue that Sanchez is probably there, possibly J Happ. I don't even know anything about the Jays right now. I'm become a Jays geek in the middle of the season. That's when I know all my baseball talk. Winter hits, I don't know anything about baseball. I forget everything. So I've only become a baseball geek in the last 2 years, especially with the whole Jays crazy.
I'm still learning. I'm still learning about baseball.
So spring training started today, but first let's talk about Marcus Stroman's arbitration case. Apparently he tweeted something today. People thought that he was throwing shade at the Blue Jays organization. Nasi, do you have that pulled up?
Yeah, right there. He says he deleted this tweet. He said, "Lost arbitration. It is what it is. Looking forward to going out and dealing again. The negative things that were said against me by my own team will never leave my mind. I'm thick-skinned, so it will only fuel the fire. Can't wait for this year."
All I can say is watch out for Mark Stroman next year, man.
He's fueled.
he's Cy Young winner next year. Cy Young winner next year. So this guy, he always has a chip on his shoulder. Anybody you ask about Marcus Stroman, they'll all tell you Marcus Stroman has a chip on his shoulder. That's the only reason why he's so good. I remember I watched a video on a documentary on his dad before the Jays playoffs. I think it was last year, the year before that, or the year before that. I don't know. They were talking about Marcus Stroman's work ethic when he was a kid. His dad instilled that in him. His dad would make him and his best friend, when they were like 8 years old, do workouts.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen his dad?
No,
his dad is a massive guy. He's huge.
Oh, that explains
he's
it.
Bigger. He's I think he's short, but he's huge. Like buff.
Oh, that
buffer than
Stroman.
Stroman.
Short and buff, dude. That makes
buff. He's scary. So, anyways, he would make him do workouts and drink protein shakes after the workout. Him and his friend.
Really? As an 8-year-old?
As an 8-year-old. That's how he got instilled. That's how he instilled all that in his son. So people, obviously are gonna go crazy when they hear things about this. Is Marcus Stroman gonna leave in a few years? Is Marcus Stroman pissed at the Jays? Is this a falling out between the Jays and Marcus Stroman? But then he eventually deleted the tweet, and then what did he say? Can't wait to be back in Toronto this year.
Oh yeah, he said that dealing on my mound.
On my mound, yeah.
Mound for the entire country of Canada. He also says that he kills himself daily on that grind because his work ethic is beyond elite.
Yeah.
More of the same going forward. Less communication with anyone.
Yeah. Can you just give us like 5 more minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. We shout out to our local library this week. Last week it was Coco Brooks. This week it's the library, Calgary Public Library. For supporting us, for holding us up, with a venue, just until we could find something for us. So, anyways, what were you saying about Mark Stroman?
Basically, he's saying that his work ethic is insane, and he's prepared as hell for the next season.
Yeah.
He says he kills himself daily. Dude, that's not something you should be saying on Twitter.
Yeah, this guy, all I know about this guy, he has a chip on his shoulder. He says what he feels. He's a very vocal guy. If you've seen him on the mound when he gets a strikeout, he goes in and he covers his mouth with his glove, and he swears and cusses into his glove to get himself pissed off, to get himself hyped. Again, hyped.
That's how he expresses himself.
Exactly. And then he actually covers his mouth so nobody sees what he's saying. Like people at home, kids at home.
Backlash off him?
No, people love it. Everybody loves Marcus Stroman. He's what it's what. No, I don't want to say Toronto and Canada embodies, but if you look at the average baseball player, tall, hunky, big guy, husky, huge.
Yeah.
This guy's short.
He's
tiny.
Yeah.
He's a pitcher of all. He's not like a crazy home run hitter or a crazy outfielder or first baseman or third baseman or second baseman. He's a pitcher, and he's short.
He mentions in Twitter again after his deleted tweet, he says, "Just being real, not mad at all. I'm aware of the business. Just open your eyes going through the arbitration process. Second time going through it. Still love my team and the entire country of Canada. More upset that I had to fly to Arizona and miss my Monday workout."
Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Yeah. So anyways,
that shows his personality.
Yeah, exactly. People were scared, so he retracted a little bit. He took that tweet back. So he wants people to understand that he's just pissed off this season, and he's using that as motivation. So people, don't be afraid Marcus Stroman is going to leave. He will not leave. He loves Canada too much, and if he ends up leaving, it'll probably be for another reason, not this. So he loves us too much. So don't freak out if you think Marcus Stroman is going to leave. He will not leave. That's coming from me, okay? You can trust me when I say those kinds of things. Nasty, anything to add?
It's not sports related, but I literally love the feedback that we've got from our fans. Or not fans, followers.
Yeah. We're gonna also, because this podcast has been a little bit longer than anticipated. You know, usually we try to aim for 40 minutes. I think this is gonna be about a little bit over an hour. Where we still have some stuff on the NHL, and we still have some stuff on the NBA. We're gonna record that stuff individually, separately, and we will release that stuff on our social media, on our website, on YouTube, on SoundCloud, just as a separate thing, as you know, something that you guys can get, some extra content if you want to listen to that extra content.
It's pretty interesting, so I'd recommend going checking it out.
Yeah. So Nasty, what are you talking about? NBA, obviously.
We're gonna talk about the All-Star Weekend that's coming up this weekend, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about more about that.
A lot of drama.
Yeah, NBA is full of drama.
NBA is full of drama,
especially this time of season.
A couple days after our last podcast, the trade deadline.
Trade deadline was crazy.
Yeah, that
Cavs,
was insane.
Cavs.
We missed out on that.
Yeah,
we should have.
Yeah, that's some juicy stuff. We tried making a live stream, but that didn't go too well. But we're working on it. As for me, I'll be talking about the greatest league in the world, the NHL. So I'm gonna be talking about the Flames.
Of course.
Who else but the Flames, right? I'm going to be talking about Mike Smith, who gave us all a scare when he got injured. I'm going to be talking about recalling John Gillies. They apparently, Troy Brouwer is on the injured reserve now, so they can make a spot for John Gillies. I will also be making a rant, or recording a rant, on the Boston Bruins. In my opinion, the future Stanley Cup champions of 2018. That's realistically, but I still think that Calgary will win the cup. I have that posted everywhere. The future is for Calgary. I'm going to talk about them possibly being Stanley Cup champions. They've got a great lineup. I'm going to also make my case for Patrice Bergeron of being the MVP, the Hart Trophy winner. I will also talk about the trade deadline, which isn't over for the NHL. The NHL still has their trade deadline going on. As we are recording, Nikita Soshnikov has just been traded to the St. Louis Blues for a 4th-round draft pick. Dion Phaneuf, and a funny story between me and Dion Phaneuf. If you want to listen to that story, hop on the other track or the other video, and you'll hear about it. And they're going to talk about Rick Nash. This guy, he's arguably one of the most. I don't want to say he's a superstar, but he used to be a superstar. He's not a superstar, but the most coveted player of this trade deadline. And that's pretty much all I'm going to be talking about. So hop on the other track, listen to our separate things. If you like this new format that we have, give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment, give us your feedback again. We are looking forward to your feedback. This is what makes us different from everybody else. It's all about you guys.
Also, leave us a comment on who went to the All-Star High School game that happened.
All-Star High School game?
Yeah, there was an All-Star High School game.
Oh, really?
And I want to know who went, who enjoyed it.
Oh, in Calgary.
In Calgary, yeah, at Crescent.
Yeah, at Crescent Heights. So, supporting our local future NBA stars, probably. So, yeah. Again, if you want us to talk about local teams, we will be covering that again next week. This week, we just wanted to talk about the crazy international things that are going on around the world. So we wanted to cover that this episode. Next week, we're going to go back to our roots. We're going to be talking about more Calgary-based stuff, Yeah.
Playoffs are starting. Finals.
Playoffs are starting for basketball in Calgary. With even university basketball. We're gonna also talk about different university basketball teams. There's a bunch of teams I think that followed us on Instagram.
Right.
This is the University of Calgary rowing team gave us a follow. Thank you guys. We're gonna try to get these guys on the show for you. These are our local athletes.
If you want to be on the show yourself, just email us. Let us know.
And join our giveaway if you want if you want to be a part of the special, the special feature.
There's still a lot of time left, and there's not many participants. So.
Exactly. I believe there's only one person who's entered so far. So if you want to be on this show. And if you want to be on the show just for a few seconds, you can be on the show. But if you want to be a part of the actual show with us, and give us your opinion throughout the show. We'll let you on for the actual show for the entirety of the show. Go like the post on Instagram, comment, subscribe,
Follow us directions, basically.
Follow the directions on the actual post. So I think that's all I have to say. Again, thank you for the support. We're gonna be coming with you. We're gonna be creating some new content every single week. Right now, we still haven't thought of a set date for our actual podcast.
We're trying our best, basically.
Yeah.
But just stick with us.
Yeah.
It's the beginning.
It's the beginning. We're trying to get our roots. Right now, again, we're migrating from place to place. Right now, we're at our library.
But that's the hustle.
That's the beginning, right? It's a grind, right? So that's all I have to say for this episode.
We're literally getting kicked out, Barry.
Yeah, right now the library people are waiting for us. We're 20 minutes over our book time. So anyways, but this is all for you guys, right? This is all for you guys. If I don't have anything else to say, Nas, do you have anything else to say?
No, I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah. So right away, all I'm gonna say is thank you very much for listening to our podcast. We are finishing up. Thank you for listening. See you guys.